Hello, everyone.
Howdy.
How are y'all doing out there? We're the same size today. You might even be a little taller. How's everyone doing? Thank you for joining in. I see Michelle is here. Hello, AG Beat fam out there. Suzanne is with us.
I'll do it.
You'll do it? Okay. Oh, he likes to show you all talking.
It's good.
He says you don't show them, William.
You also click the button so hard it shakes the camera.
See, he's back from Tucson and already asserting again.
Correct. Mary says, ooh, African treasures.
Yeah, speaking of Tucson, it's Tucson Treasure Day, #1.
Well, me and Cynthia and Azalea, we went to the African Village, and so it was a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite shows that we go to in Tucson. It's actually called the African Art Village, but I've been calling it African Village for so long that it's tricky to make that change.
Those things stick.
I know. Anyways, it was a lot of fun, and we had fun seeing different people that we've been working with for a long time.
Yeah, even before we had a store.
I know.
When Andrew was doing projects for magazines and books, and on his blog, he would go to the African Art Village and buy stuff.
See, he did it. He said it right. And then Cynthia, she was kind of, I don't want to say she was harassing some of the vendors, but she would go up to their booths and pick out the Dutch opalescent glass from the 1700s and be like, I want to buy just this one.
You can't do that. Everybody.
You can't do that. But the strand is like $4,000. So
we don't have any of those for you today.
No, we don't. We have different ones. Marion says, hey. Did she say hey, or is that something?
That's hey.
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 Hey, back at ya.
Hey with a J.
Hey with a J. Back at ya. Cindy says, hello all. Hope your day has been a good one. It's been a beautiful day.
It's 70 freaking degrees here.
He has the window open.
The window's open behind me because I was so hot. Because our house still has the heat on.
I wish we could open up the windows of the cottage and let it air out.
Yeah.
But then we would have to plug the holes.
No.
So, again.
It's going to be snowing this weekend, so we can't get too wild now.
Maybe the one door all open.
The side door.
And let the air come in
flow.
So that we don't have to smell our own miasma. Hopefully there's not a lot of miasma, but it happens, open the door.
I open the door once in a while, the front door, when I'm bringing pellets in.
Marion says it's only 22 here in Edmonton. Good thing I don't have to go outside. Brr.
Yeah.
Clem is watching. Hey, Clem. Julie's watching. Hey, Julie. Other Julie's watching. Hey, other Julie. Jermaine is watching. Hey, Jermaine. Sandra's watching. Hey, Sandra. Bonnie. Diane. Teresa. Anissa. We got a full house today.
We do got a full house, and everyone's saying hi. That's what I like. Susan from Pittsburgh. Nice.
I didn't know you're from Pittsburgh. You're our neighbor.
Kind of. Close enough.
1 hour.
Right?
1 hour only. Well, I guess it depends what part of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Mary says, congratulations on your published works lately. That's this.
We got it, y'all.
Me and Cynthia and Azalea, we went to Barnes & Noble to go look for this, but they didn't have the most current issue. And I was like, I'm sad. And so William, in his infinite wisdom, decided to go to the internet and
went to the Ornament magazine website, and we got one. And it came in a nice envelope, so it didn't get damaged.
Oh, good.
And
it's pristine.
It is.
And there's Barnaby. Let me get rid of this so that you can gaze his face.
The beautiful boy.
He's been having a hard last couple days and evenings. We were up until probably 3:30 with him last night because he was having problems breathing. But,
he's good today.
He got what he wanted going outside. I sometimes wonder, I'm like, is he actually having problems or is he being tricksy?
I think he does work himself up in his mind. Like I really do think it's a lot of asthma related stuff. If you don't know, he was diagnosed. We had him X-rayed and all that, and there is a black spot in his lungs. They don't know if it's a growth or if it's asthma, because asthma can apparently present as a black spot in the lungs. And we decided, after a lot of talking, not to put him through chemo and biopsies and all that, if that's what it is. And the drive to Pittsburgh alone would be torture for him because they don't go in cars.
And set them off.
Yeah. So he's a little guy, he's skinny, and we didn't want him to possibly be on chemo the rest of his life or whatever it took. And so we made the decision that this has been about 2 years now that we're going to give him the best life we can and see how it goes. And if it's just asthma, we have steroids, which help calm him down. And when the temperatures change and if we smell coal burning in the air, that seems to flare him up and he coughs more.
That makes me cough more
makes
too.
Me cough more, yeah. So he has his good days and his bad days. Mostly good. I mean, they're not bad. They're not anywhere near bad, but some days are just harder with coughing. He wakes up and coughs more, and but he also, which can be an asthma thing, he gets himself so wound up to go outside. Like he sits by the door and starts crying and begging and clawing and trying to go out. And so I think sometimes he gets himself so worked up and stressed out that he makes himself flare up even more.
We would let them out more by themselves, but then that's how you get abducted or hit by a car or eaten by a hawk or something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Anytime we're out, I'm like looking at the skies to make sure, because they've heard horror stories of hawks coming down into people's yards and abducting their cats.
So, anyways, thankfully he seems to be doing better today.
Yeah, he's good today.
And we've just been being more mindful of taking time with both of our cats. I don't know if you can't see Gilbert, but we've been trying to be more mindful of spending time with them because, with how Paolo and Babette died, both of them died pretty suddenly.
And young.
And it was really hard. And there's like a lot of regret about not spending more time.
Yeah, they got to an age that they didn't play much anymore. And we just thought, well, maybe that's not what they do. And now it's I blame myself for not continuing to just play with them more, because as they were getting sicker and I tried to play with them, they started playing more. And these kids now at their age, the age they were when we got them, they play like crazy. So it's kind of those things that you look back on and you're like, yeah, I should have done that. And we're trying to do that now. And you can't beat yourself up, but you should learn from what you learned in the past.
Yes, we're trying to learn from life and be better people for it.
And better cat dads.
Cat dads. Anissa says, who is Cynthia's brother? I am. The half Asian that looks like her is
the white
her
person
brother.
Here is not.
Diane
brother-in-law.
Says, ooh, would love to see what that Dutch opalescent glass looks like. I may have something in my personal collection.
I might have something in my tower of personal things.
Just don't worry about it, y'all. Just don't worry about it.
My dragon's hoard.
Don't worry about it. Julie says, you're warmer than Arizona.
Yeah, it went up to 67 as a high today.
It was beautiful.
Exact. It's still beautiful. The window's open. It's 64. It's crazy nice.
Suzanne asked how Barnaby and Gilbert were, and I think we've talked
Barnaby's
about
got
that.
a Palentine's, I hear.
A what? What's this? Do I need to be reading their email?
Uh-oh.
Watching
reading
for
their correspondences to each other.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how this goes. Any lewd pictures?
Was cute, Suzanne. That was cute.
Bonnie says you need to barbecue some mushrooms and peppers.
We
because it's warm.
We need to fill our barbecue tank.
Yeah, we have to probably dig it out.
Dig out the grill. It got buried last year.
Yeah, it's been buried for a couple of years. We got it as a gift, and I was like, this is so cool. We're gonna grill all the time. But then you realize sometimes you are not a grilling person.
And those tanks scare you a little bit, and you're like, I don't know.
Well, if we don't use it for the barbecue, we can always use it for my Smith.
Your smithing.
My
setup.
Miss Smith little torch.
Nice.
Teresa says it was 60 here in Long Island. That's nice.
That's nice.
I bet it was really nice. I forget what part of Long Island you're in. I used to spend some time in Long Island when I lived there. Not there, in New York City.
We're behind in the comments.
We are.
Holy moly.
And
this says Lucky Dogs were still cold.
Brooke says hello from Detroit. Hello, Brooke. Susan, who is our neighbor, says my cats have been on my sun porch all afternoon.
We need to build a sun porch.
They have a catio, but we need to, when it's consistently nice, we have to go through and reinforce it and paint it.
One of the floors came through last year.
Yeah, and they've been sort of using it, but we need to go in. And
we don't need them to fall halfway through.
I know. It'd be like that scene from The Money Pit where Tom Hanks goes and he sinks into the hole.
Got caught in the rug in the hole.
And he's crying and delirious. I don't need to see that for Barnaby or probably Gilbert because he's a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
He would fall through halfway, and then the sadness, the infinite sadness. Diana's watching. Hey, Diane. Mary says, do you have any problems with the train wreck in East Palestine, Ohio /PA? I've been hearing about it today, but I don't know. I have a kind of a low grade headache, and I don't know if that is related to sinus problems because of the weather shift, because I also have things that happen when the weather changes.
Even I've been very stuffy today.
Or if it's stress, because I'm going through, believe it or not, I'm going through a very stressful time, which I'm not going to go into because I don't want to get in trouble. Cindy says, I'm still thinking about the awesome interview from Raven's Journey, and congratulations. Thanks. Yeah, that was a really fun interview. If
y'all missed that, we interviewed, well, we can't talk about it too much because we're broadcasting into the TGB today.
Oh, well, go and look.
Go and look at our videos.
It's fun. It's awesome. I loved it. Cindy says, yes, congrats. Bonnie says, that's super cool. Congrats on your publication. And hi, Barnaby. Yeah, you know, I've been in probably 30 plus magazines over the years, maybe more.
Not as much recently.
No, because they don't exist.
No.
So one of the ones that I had always wanted to be in was Ornament Magazine. And lo and behold, the day finally came.
Something totally different.
And I was surprised too.
Didn't even know.
Yeah, I was in an exhibition, and that exhibition was covered. So don't think it's like weird because somebody was like, "Oh, how dare they?" I was like, "No, please don't offend Ornament Magazine on my behalf because I don't want to be blacklisted as somebody who's problematic." For
you don't need that.
And I was like, no, please stop. No.
Anything of mine in your magazine.
Go ahead, treat yourself. You can use. I'll take all these pictures. You want some pictures? I'll do it. Whatever you want. Carla says, I looked last night at Barnes and Noble. No luck. Yeah, our Barnes and Noble that we went to in Asheville had the issue from last publication cycle.
Yeah, I don't know when this one.
I don't even know if it's out.
This is March or they just do volume and numbers, so I don't know. But I was gonna go to our Barnes and Noble, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna order it to make sure.
Yeah, I was gonna do a video. I even started filming us like walking up dramatically to the magazine rack, and then we're like, it was almost comical. And then we're like, so what do we do? We just kind of looked at each other. Then we looked at a different magazine that had nothing to do with it. And anyway, so Susan says, hello all, glad you're back. Home safely, Andrew. Hi, William, too. Hope Barnaby is better. It's good to be back.
It's good to have him back.
I miss my family here, but I also miss my family down south. And so
that was good you got to spend time with them.
We're going to spend time with them soon. I don't know if you know this or not, but we're going to go on a trip for your birthday.
He says, surprise.
Surprise.
Lots of gifts this year.
I know. Ones you didn't even think about. Teresa's joining in. Hey, Teresa. Pat is watching from North Carolina. We're going to go down to North Carolina in just a short few.
You better arrange all this.
We are. Sylvia says, hi, Barnaby. Such an amazingly handsome guy. And Gilbert, too.
Gilbert's back here. You can see his little head.
Clem says, maybe he's like me, allergic to cats. LOL. Hope he gets well soon. Yeah, maybe. You never know. Marianne says, kit sighting. Harry is watching. Hey, Harry. Marianne says, the outside air is much easier on the lungs.
That's why we try to take him out, too.
Yeah. Clem says, I wake up coughing every morning.
Me, too.
I wake up stuffy every morning. I don't necessarily cough every morning.
I pretty much cough a lot.
You actually do. You and Barnaby together.
We both wake up.
I know. Both of y'all. And usually I go to sleep later. And so
we get up just in time for him to be dozing off gently.
And then they wake me up with their orchestral sounds of phlegm or whatever. I don't know. But it's definitely, my eyes go like this. Everybody still alive? Do you need me?
Like,
okay.
Back to bed.
Go to sleep now. Another thing about the train incident.
We have not been impacted here that I know of.
I mean, supposedly there's a chemical cloud or whatever, and the wind is blowing in our direction, so I would not be surprised.
Yeah, that's like that show, isn't it? Isn't there a chemical cloud?
I don't know, but I have a headache, so who knows?
It was a train wreck. That's weird. Maybe I dreamed it.
That's the same line, I believe, that runs through New Florence.
Maybe.
Pat says, prayers for your cat. You are great pet parents. Thank you, Pat. We appreciate it. Bonnie says, my calico cat died of cancer. We were also decided not to do chemo. She had a great life, even though she was only 7 years old. It's always hard.
That's very hard, yeah.
And I'm sorry for your loss, Bonnie. That's really sad. Susan says, my cats are too large and Phil is pudgy for a hawk to carry off. They don't go out anyway. Yeah, I don't know. There's all kinds of
Barnaby's
things.
A tiny little thing. He'd get picked right up.
Mm-hmm.
Gilbert might have some more weight, but Barnaby, he'd be like a little snack.
They would both be snacks. If I was a hawk, I would definitely go for Gilbert. He's got a nice round body. Ronnie says, I can't catch many lives. I snagged some of the check glass the first day of the sale, but missed the rest. Before I send fruitless screenshots, could you quickly mention some of the remaining shapes? Well, we don't have anything here, so send those fruitless screenshots away and we'll compare it to what we actually have in stock.
Yeah, because we've actually put everything in trays now and set them out for people to get in store. So you can still send the screenshots and we'll still take a look. Oh, and today we found a box of things that I thought I invoiced and I didn't. So if you got another invoice for check glass today, there's only a few of them. It's from the very first day and I meant to bring them home to do it. And I took them to the cottage and forgot them there apparently. And Barb brought them today and said, what are these? So if you got another one today, you can go ahead and grab that. We'll pack it up with your other one. If you decided you don't want them anyway, then just let us know and I can cancel the invoice and we'll put them back in stock for other people to grab.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often, but
I'm like, yeah, I don't do anything with shipping.
I was running back and forth a lot.
I'm playing moral support, but I don't actually know what's going on. Diane says it's 56 here in North Wind, just not right. Well, hopefully it's nice where you know. Suzanne says Cinnamon loves Barnaby. Poor Gilbert. Nobody loves Gilbert.
Gilbert gets paintings done of him.
I know. He's got the look.
He's got the look.
Susan says it was sunny and about 60 here. Oh, that's nice. Harry says it's 32 here. We're supposed to have 6 inches of snow tomorrow. Oh, no.
We're getting to snow this weekend, they say, but not like that, I don't think.
Teresa says, I live in Huntington, Long Island. You know, I actually was in Huntington, Long Island. I helped open a restaurant there. Believe it or not. Joining late. What did I miss? Nothing.
Just saying hi so far.
We're just talking.
Pretty much.
I don't know what that
Michelle.
Michelle says, William, I posted my patterns in your tries messaging.
Tries group. William tries things in the triers group. Yeah, Michelle does. She's starting to work on her own patterns for seed beading and stuff.
Oh, good.
So she's trying to make up her own. So she said she might post them in my group. And I said, yeah, do it.
Good. We'll see if other people try them, if that's okay. Susan says that interview was epic. We hope to do more of them in the future.
They're coming, everybody.
Susan said, down the river in West Virginia and Ohio, they are finding chemicals in the water from the train wreck. Well, we are near that. So hopefully that doesn't spread further. They're finally getting some of the creeks and stuff, or cricks, as they say here.
The crick. Yeah, down by the crick.
But they're finally getting the crick water clean. So it would be sad that after 30 plus years of working on restoring stuff.
We don't need our hellbender population to go.
Yeah, the giant ones, the giant salamanders. Which is funny because I'm working on a painting of a giant salamander.
Are you?
Don't worry about it. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. We'll see. But hopefully people like it. Teresa says the interview was amazing. I learned a lot. Me too. Marion says, yes, if you haven't seen the episode, watch it. It's awesome. Susan says, I found my ornament copy at the
Ladue, Missouri.
Ladue,
Missouri Barnes & Noble. Nice.
Oh,
They've got them. If you're near there, go get one.
Yeah. Or maybe Susan got the last one. So I don't know. Cecilia's watching. Hey, from Vegas. Hey, Vegas friend. And there's people saying hi to Gilbert and showing love to Gilbert. And Teresa asked what restaurant. It was called Cosi. And that was probably 20 years ago. So I don't know if it is open still or not.
Look, our friend's back.
Oh, Nettie Ray. She's our friend that used to live across the street basically from the store.
And then she moved far, far, far away.
Not that far.
So far, we never see her anymore.
Look at him trying to guilt you. You can come and visit whenever you want, especially now that there isn't issues in the global world
as much.
Apparently, we're all going to grow third arms from this chemical spill.
That could be handy.
Maybe.
I could use a third arm.
Maybe. We'll see. As long as it's useful, right? If it's just like there for decoration, I can skip. Susan says, no, there were several copies. Oh, good. All right. So Nettie says 30
minutes. That's so far.
I wanted wings for dinner.
Wings from the spill.
That you grew. Yeah,
I'd like to grow some wings too.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's
I
like
always
our
have dreams
book
that
club
I'm
book.
flying.
If you read that for January, we still need to organize a date for that. That kind of got thrown off because we were traveling, or I was traveling.
Yeah, and then no one was here and locally that was going to make it. It's just we need to get the dates and then publicize them well.
Mm-hmm. We used to have it better on track. I think once we do it a couple times,
it's getting that startup again.
It will kind of how you call it, hit its stride again.
Yeah, it used to be really good. You get a lot of people for book club.
People came from all over the country to come to book club sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you mean you flew on the airplane to come here for this?
They did. And to see us, but mostly book club.
I know. I was like, that's different and fun and exciting.
Nettie says, work will slow down in June. Good. Now we're expecting you in June, Nettie. You did it to yourself.
No, you just come whenever you can come, and then
Andrew won't be there.
Maybe, you never know. Maybe we'll see.
He's gonna start working a few days in the store.
I talked about it, but now I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know if I should have said anything.
Maybe we'll just stay closed on Tuesdays. I'm very busy nowadays.
Maybe you'll just pick another day. Now I'll get a day off.
No.
Okay, we got some African glass beads to show y'all today, and they are priced like so good. So good.
I went through the whole entire African village, art village, and I think I found the best prices, and I picked out the nicest selection.
He's good at getting these, y'all.
Cynthia's actually better at getting them. I was like, how come she gets the best price? I'm the one buying the most ones, and they're flirting their heads off with her. I was like,
we need to find the gay African sellers.
Even then, they'd be like, wow.
Still talking to Cynthia.
I know.
Oh,
I said, who's the favorite? We know who the favorite is. All right. I think also I'm going to give you a little bit of history. Maybe do you want to flip it? And then we can talk about it? Or do you want me to describe it?
Let's move these. And we'll move this and we'll flip it around. And then we'll talk about them as we talk about them. We don't have our big light.
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, these are pretty. Okay, everybody.
So most of the beads that we're going to show you at first, also, I should preface this by saying, even though we got what I think is a lot, there is actually not that many. So if you do want them, you kind of have to act with urgency, because it will be 1 year until I go to Tucson again, hopefully. And you never know if what I will find will be the same, because sometimes certain colors they make, and sometimes certain things they make, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
And I'll give you an example of that later on.
So if you'd like to claim from this video, we have that scrolling across the bottom of your screen. I also put it in the description of this video, but you take a screenshot with your device, or if you're watching on TV, take a picture with your phone, send that to us in an email to info@allegorygallery.com. Please, 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 if your email asks, do you want to shrink this attachment or make it smaller? Say no. Send it to the original size or a large size to us so that I can zoom in if I need to. And we will take these first come, first serve. Some of these strands we only have 1 of, some of them we have 4 of or so, but they are limited. And I think these prices are really good. So first come, first serve. The way it lands in my inbox is the way that I count it.
It's time-stamped.
Yes. So I will compile all of those requests. You have 24 hours approximately until 6 p.m. tomorrow to request these. And you will also get 10% off if you order from this video. So 10% off the prices we are going to give you if you order from this video within 24 hours. After 24 hours, these will start to head into the online store. So you cannot request them after that. Musical pennies. You cannot request them after that. You'll have to just wait for them to show up in the online store. So
I had to pick the lucky penny.
if you want the best chance at getting these for yourself at the best prices, order them within the next 24 hours.
There's some goodies.
There are some goodies.
So one of the first things we're going to talk about is these African recycled glass. I don't know how recycled they are nowadays, but that's what they're called. These are from Ghana. And traditionally, what they would do is they would take molds that they made from clay, and they would take the frit, which is basically the ground up glass from Coke bottles and different kinds of things like that, and they would grind that up into a powder and pack the molds, and they would use the stem of a cassava plant to put in the middle of the hole, or for in the middle of the mold. And wherever those stems were, they burn off when they're heated up, and that would cause the holes. So sometimes the holes are not even, and that is why, is because they're made with the stem of a cassava plant.
But they are large hole too.
Which is, you can see that they're strung up on this raffia, which is pretty ample in diameter. So this blue is kind of a sapphire blue. It's and one of the reasons why I ended up going with this particular vendor is that they had this color blue.
Yeah, we don't see this kind of color very often.
Now these ones are slightly smaller than the regular size of them. The regular size is like this size.
Yeah, so we're going to do all the smaller ones first, and then we're going to do the larger size. And guess what? They're all the same price, y'all.
Yeah, we evened it out.
Evened out. These are $15 a strand. 1-5. $15?
Normally we sell them per bead in the store.
Yeah.
And let's just say it adds up to more than $15.
Yeah. So these are $15 a strand for the next 24 hours. They may go up once I have to do all the work to put them in the online store. And then you also get 10% off that. So it's $1.50 off if you order in the next 24 hours before they go in the online store.
What?
I know. $13.50.
I have to pay my credit card bill, William. We racked up quite the gas mileage.
Yeah,
we traveled 5,000, almost 5,500 miles.
Wow, that's insane.
I know. I was like, is the U.S. even that long?
No.
But you know what I realized is that we went down, like
down and up, down and up,
down and up, down and up, and then
because I think it's only 1,400 miles from here to there if you go a straight shot.
We did not. No. And then we drove around each day, but usually not that much.
Brooke is asking, if my previous order hasn't shipped, can this be added to the shipment? Okay, so we are catching up right now on shipping. So what I will say is what I try to always say. We will always do our best to combine orders, but we are getting to the point where, because we are a little backed up, we have a lot of orders, and we're very thankful. A lot of you order almost every day something from us. But if we wait and wait and wait to combine, it starts to make Barb want to pull her hair out. So we will always do as much as we can, and we will always ship it, or we will always combine if we can. But I do like to let people know, like, it's still up to us. We do our best, and you all know we do our best to do it. But when things start to get a little wild, sometimes we just have to start sending out shipments so that we clear some table space.
Correct. Otherwise, it starts to look like an episode of Hoarders. Yeah. And then I can feel Barb silently screaming from the other room.
Today Barb was a little bit, because Barb has the TT lots from when you were in Tucson,
which are still
packed up. The Green Girl pre-order stuff, which is still packed up. Some of the other lots we did during that time, which the trunk show and some other, the lost lots. Some people wanted everything combined. And so it's starting to, she's starting to get a little bit.
It's like a puzzle that keeps changing.
Yeah, constantly. She thinks she has something ready to go, and which we're happy for the orders, we want to say that first and foremost.
Thankful.
But we will always try our best. That's what I will say. You can send us an email. That doesn't always mean we can do it or that we'll be able to do it, but we do, we hate paying shipping too. So we do our best to try to combine everything for y'all. And that's as much as I can say, especially right now, as we're trying to clean up a lot of kind of old orders that are still hanging around.
So the short answer is we're going to try, but we can't make any definitive promises.
That's right.
Because I think if we keep adding to the pile, then we're going to no longer have help shipping, and then
that's even worse.
The ultimate crying game.
William will be in tears and huddling under the covers.
You'll see stains on your packages from his tears.
All right.
So
this is this blue. This is this blue. Beautiful blue. Gorgeous color.
Anissa, I'm just gonna tell you, don't hold your breath because you're gonna pass out. We're gonna get to it when we get to it. And if seed beads,
all those strands,
and guess what? I don't want to sell them yet because they belong to me. So
they're from Andrew's private collection. He's not sure he's done with them yet.
So don't hold your breath, y'all. And I don't mean that in a snarky way. No, just a factual honest. Setting boundaries way.
Sometimes it's hard to let go of your stuff.
Correct. I don't know why I have to. Well, anyway.
All right. So that was the blue. And we have a few strands of that.
Yes.
3.
I love it.
3 to be exact. So if 3 people have already sent us an email for this, they're gone. But don't let that stop you from sending an email if you want one of these strands for $15.
Less than that.
Less than that with the 10% off you're getting.
All right. So next up is this beautiful red color.
Oh, there's
a couple of these. Yeah. So these strands are full strands that are strung up on the raffia. So
these are nice long strands. These are nice. Look at that. Look at that color. Look at that. This red is so red.
Yeah, a lot of the colors are very vibrant. And so that's one of the reasons why these are called recycled African glass beads. But I kind of am suspicious of how recycled they are. Yeah. I think they traditionally started off as ones that they made from Coke bottles and things like that. But
when we use bottles for that kind of stuff,
but it's different now. Did you all remember that movie, The Gods Must Be Crazy?
I don't.
Basically, there was this guy who's flying in an airplane, and he threw the Coke ball out the window. And so it's like a documentary style, fake documentary style of the havoc that was caused because of the Coke bottle that was thrown out the window.
I've never seen that.
It probably didn't age well. But
a lot of things don't age well like that, right?
So anyways,
especially mockumentaries.
This is super vibrant red. I would say perfect for Valentine's Day, but it's over, so
I know.
Perfect for Christmas.
Perfect for Christmas. Or anybody who just loves red like
Correct.
Me. Look at that color. Oh. So nice. So nice. Okay.
All right. Next is this beautiful.
Oh, they glow. They like have an inner glow.
Do these ones actually glow?
I don't know, but they have an inner glow. Where's my...
We don't have it here.
Oh, I don't have
we
it.
brought it to the cottage.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's this beautiful yellow, and I know,
look right here, and you see that inner glow in these.
I think they look better, like most things, in person than on the camera.
Yeah, at least the video shows you some of it.
I love that color.
Oh,
I know a couple of you love the yellow. and this is a perfect opportunity to get a great big strand of these.
Hello, Soshi. Thank you for tuning in.
Now I put some of these, not the yellow, into the African, the first global adventure kit that we did. So if you like those, here are more and in a rainbow of colors. These ones are slightly smaller, so if you don't want to go jumbotron with like earrings or something, you can have more petite.
Yeah, I like these smaller size.
Here's another one. This is kind of a spring green. It's not the yellow of it is not really showing up, but it is a more yellow green, and you'll see why I mentioned this. That it's a yellow green as opposed to a different green in one moment.
Blue green.
And maybe I'll show you
together because it's easier when I do the sorting. Because me guessing which green you held up.
Correct.
I took a screenshot of.
So this is a kind of a. Can you see the difference? This is more of a yellow green, and this is more of a blue-based green with.
Even though on camera they almost look opposite to me.
Yeah.
But in person, this is the blue green and this is the yellow green.
And by blue green, it's like a subtle hint of blue.
It's like just like if you added like a drop of teal to all that. That's like what you get out of it.
One drop of blue here, one drop of yellow here, and that's how that got.
So when you take a screenshot of these, let me know if you want the top or the bottom one, so that we know.
Because they are different.
Yeah.
All right. So the next ones, you don't have very many of them because I bought the last that they had. And it's these multicolored kind of storm cloudy ones that have a transparent base with little bits of blue and little bits of kind of a
golden yellow.
Yeah, like a topaz kind of. So it does remind me of storm clouds.
Yeah, it does. The sun peeking through a storm cloud. Like you got some of that dark blue gray, some of that bright blue with the sun peeking through.
I think this will look really beautiful with kyanite, or it depends what you want to bring out more. Do you want to bring the blue out more, or do you want to bring out the warm tones? It would be really up to you. And we only have 2 strands of this available. So if you want it, there's 2 available. And
so the first 2 emails for it, get it.
Yeah, I tried to buy more of these beads, but
now remember, all these strands so far that we're showing you are $15 each. But if you order in the next 24 hours, you get 10% off. That's $1.50 off, so $13.50. Shipping is not included. We add shipping, of course. And after the 24 hours, these will go into the online store is what we're planning. So after the 24 hours, you cannot send an email anymore for these. So if you're watching this a day late, I'm sorry, but they will be soon. Whatever's left will be in the online store soon.
We're trying to do things in a more holistic way. And by that, I mean not go crazy.
Yeah, like when we leave these lots open for like
extended
periods, it starts to make it congests everything. So we're going to start doing a lot of these where you got to claim it in the first 24 hours. We're trying to give you a little bonus to do that. And then they'll go online. And the prices, again, as you know, may go up when they go online because that takes more work to get them there.
It still won't be bad.
No,
but
they're not going to be bad. It's not like they're going up $30 or something. But you always get the best deal during our lives.
Correct. It's a way to say thank you for watching.
And look at, if you know me, that's my color. I love that limey green.
With the transparent.
I
call this the 7-Up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is the 7-Up.
Right.
Y'all gonna see the Sprite later.
Look at that, though. These are gorgeous. We have 3 strands of these available.
Here, whoever gets this one, send this one back.
I like that. I want that one.
No, this one.
Yeah, this one right here. He says it's nice and dark.
It's got that color right near the surface.
Like Prasiolite, says Susan.
Your favorite. All right. Who's ready?
What's next, Andrew?
So we're gonna upgrade to a little bit of a larger size here.
Big, the big.
So do you want to see? Okay, we'll start with.
Oh, you're gonna start with the goodie, or gonna end with the goodie?
They're all goodie, William.
I know, but they're the goodie.
All right, let's do these ones then. So it may not look at first that interesting, but let me tell you, there is some lovely qualities to these. These are a beautiful storm cloud gray. It's a bluish green gray, so it's not like, you take white or black and add white to it, but it looks like it's one of those ones that has like a color, a cast shadow in it of like a greeny kind of bluish kind of gray.
Yeah, these are gorgeous under this light.
I think they look better in person, honestly, because on the screen they kind of look black, but they're
and they do in the shadows. They're a little bit black, but when you hold them up to the light, they give you that beautiful green gray kind of color.
What would you call that color?
I don't know, it's like a tealy gray. It's beautiful.
Cynthia, where are you?
I know.
What color would you call that?
Color name.
There is a game that they play that they talk about where it's like naming colors. So what would you call this, William? It's not like an asphalt.
No, definitely not.
So what would that be? Dark ice.
I would call it icy teal.
But you have to name it after something. It has to be like a noun.
Well, I don't know. I don't play that game. There's a reason I don't.
You can do
I'm
it.
not good at that.
Use them adjectives.
Use those adjectives.
Blueberry blue. Well, it's not really a blueberry, though.
Says one email sent trying to wait until the end. Waiting until the end, you may get fewer, so maybe that's your goal. You don't want to get everything you ask for.
Correct.
But you also will probably not get everything you ask for if you wait till the end. So that's a way.
Susan says charcoal.
No, because there's actual like green blue in there.
Yeah, so maybe storm cloud.
I don't know. I'm trying to get this where you don't get blinded, but there's a
blinded by the light.
Blinded by the light.
Is that a song?
Yep. Wrapped up like a deuce. Another roller in the night.
What?
So there you go.
Helen says I already sent one for the multi blue.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because there's not very many of those. Okay. All right.
Susan says storm cloud works. I say so too. Hurricane gray. That's kind of a good color.
Hurricane. A hurricane's a brewing.
Hurricanes are coming.
Who knows that reference?
Hurricanes are coming.
Just
remember that TV reference, that TV show?
Imagine a yellow rain slicker. Maybe this one's storm cloud.
This one's more storm cloudy.
The other one can be hurricane. This one can be no. I don't want to say dirty ice because that doesn't sound good. But it's a transparent with a little bit of that gray mixed in. It's flattened by the light. Flattened by the light? I don't know.
That's one of those songs that nobody knows the lyrics until they came out on the internet.
I guess that's the one. Like, I thought that there was a song and there it says Little Hakeem, but it was Live Like Kings. And so one of my friends, they actually were inspired by the song. And so they made this necklace that was inspired by the song. And so they called it Little Hakeem. And the editor was like, what the heck who is Little Hakeem? And I was the tech editor at the time. And I said, that's after a song. And so there's a necklace out there, a pattern for a necklace out there called Little Hakeem. And it's not spelled like Hakeem either. So
after the wrong lyrics.
So there you go.
See? Back in the old days, we didn't have the internet to tell us what the lyrics to the songs were.
Correct.
We had to make that stuff up.
So you're like, well, it sounds kind of like this.
And as long as everyone else sang it out loud together, that's what it was.
Correct.
By the way, everybody, hit that thumbs up, hit that love, hit that like, hit that share. Just take a moment. Let's do it. Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
As we listen to the church bells.
I know, in the background. Y'all gonna get a full minute of it because all the churches have different.
6 o'clock, it goes long. So anyway, here are these. These are a beautiful gray-blue storm cloud color.
They're transparent base.
Transparent base. If you like these, send us that email.
Now, these ones are the ones that people mostly think of when they think of the recycled African glass beads.
You're wild on that color.
It's I don't want to say it's my favorite, but I do enjoy
you bought
it.
the most strands of it, so that should tell you.
Don't worry about it.
He says, "I will keep them if they don't sell."
Correct. These ones are a bottle glass green. If you can picture it in your mind, Ligonier 2023, our basement.
Our basement.
There is a shelf of ball jars, canning jars that are of this color.
It's true.
And so this is the ones that I think about the most of when I think about these beads, because I think this is kind of the original, the OG flavor.
Bonnie says that's one of my favorites. Yeah, it's like a glacier blue.
Glacier blue. I knew somebody whose eyes were this color.
Oh my goodness.
And they kind of looked scary because it almost looked like they were dead, but in a nice way.
In a nice way.
In a beautiful, beautiful way.
Moving on. We're going through all the blues.
Correct. This one is kind of like the first strands that we showed, except a little bit different. This one is a little bit more sapphire color, and this one is a little bit more of a muted kind of tealy color.
People giving wrong lyrics.
Correct. I'm not going to even read them because I'm going to get blocked.
I know, right?
Suzanne says, that's close to my husband's eye color. These ones are close to my dad's eyes, believe it or not. He has really blue eyes, believe it or not.
Okay.
You look at the kids and you say, how he got the blue eye? If you look really close to my eyes, there's a ring around my iris that's that color. And I was like, I hope that's not cataracts. Because I went to the doctor, the eye doctor, to get my eyes checked. And they were like, no, that's not cataracts. That's just the color of your eyes. And I was like, well, that's good. Here's our next flavor.
Rose quartz colored.
Yeah, it's a rosy color. In the old times, the S-word crystals, they would call this color vintage rose.
Yeah, on camera, it's a little bit paler than it is in person.
Susan says pink champagne.
Ooh, I like that.
That's a good one. It's bubbly like that too.
Facebook user says you're 1 in a million. That's what the eye ring means.
Which one?
Your eye ring.
Oh, is it?
Says there's a meaning for that ring. It means you're 1 in a million.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go.
You know, that's kind of sad because one of my friends, her name was Amelia, and she's since passed away. She got hit by a car and was run down. But anyways, her tagline was 1 in a Amelia because it was 1 in a million. And so when they did a fundraiser after her death, that was kind of the catchphrase, is 1 in a million. Anyways.
We're getting the sad talk.
I know. Let's talk about our murdered friends. So these ones, they kind of remind me of the, like, you know, in the martinis, they have the onions.
The onions and the olives.
Correct. So I would say this is a dirty martini.
That makes sense. I could see that. Dirty martini green. These are really pretty too. You have some of those dark green, yellow with the transparent.
Marianne says your vision is blurry with cataracts. Well, you know what? Guess what? It's not.
He's like, I got blurry vision.
It's not as clear as it used to be.
That's what the night glasses are for.
Correct. It's not like I used to
glasses,
could.
not nice, just driving glasses. Period.
Azalea saw me with them on when I was driving, and she was like, "You do look like a school teacher."
Who said that?
Yeah.
Who said that before? She just came up with it.
I probably told her. Somebody else that says you look like a science teacher. All right, so these ones, how much are they, William?
These are only $15 each, and you get 10% off if you order by 6 p.m. tomorrow.
They asked, are they like 10 millimeter? They're larger than that.
Yeah, these are much larger than that. Let me see.
They're like 14
if I can
millimeter.
find
The calipers. Here they are.
Oh, good. I thought I put them in my other.
You're gonna scare Gilbert.
Jelly.
Here you go.
What's it say? These ones are 14 millimeter.
It's like I knew you all.
14 millimeter.
It's like I knew.
Okay. So let me the smaller ones that we did earlier, let me just give you a size on those. Those are approximately 10 to 11. So the first batch of ones we did, these ones 10 to 11 millimeter, these big ones 14 millimeter.
Yeah. And it's weird how even though it's a couple millimeters, it has an impact.
It definitely does. It's like 3 millimeter difference, and they look so much bigger. And remember, large holes, y'all.
It's nice if you're gonna do stuff with leather.
These are especially large hole, the bigger ones.
Correct.
These are good for like 2 millimeter leather for sure.
I would show you a video of how they're made, but I think I would get in trouble.
Yeah, it's copyrighted.
So you'll just have to go and look up World on a String.
Or come visit us and we'll show you it. How about that?
Maybe.
Maybe.
It depends on it if we have the DVD player.
I know, right? So these are lovely.
Well, I would call these bee's knees.
The bee's knees.
Isn't that a drink?
That is a drink.
Where they squeeze the... This is an orange peel, though. So never mind.
These are bright lemony yellow.
A whiskey sour. No, that's more brown.
Someone's liking the large holes. Yeah, we know a lot of you are looking for large hole stuff. It's one of the reasons we did this one today, because we've been asked a lot lately for large hole. These are large hole, and they're Tucson Treasures.
Susan says, I had cataracts in both eyes after surgery. On my left eye, I noticed the vision in the left eye was cooler tone, but the right eye was warmer tone. My eye doctor said the left eye had the correct vision. Warm tones were a symptom of cataracts.
Huh.
Who knew?
Who knew? Michelle says these are like daffodils.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
All right, up next is Baby. Now, this is the one I called, what is it?
This is like a creamsicle. You call it Sprite?
What's that orange soda called?
Orange soda?
No.
Orange soda? These are like a creamsicle. They have like the orange and yellow and transparent. Ooh, these are nice. Only 3 strands of most of these, y'all, just so you know.
Except for that one color.
Except for that one color, and then
some of the other colors.
Some of the other colors. But mostly around 3. So if you're...
Orangina, that's it.
Orangina. Oh, that. That one.
Because that one has the floaty bits in it.
Some does. Fanta is the orange soda.
Fanta. Sunkiss, I could see that. Are we going to get in trouble for copyright infringement?
We're all going to be copyrighting.
I know.
Video.
We're not going to tell. We're not going to name these that on the website.
No.
So, like William said, if you are interested in anything you see, be sure to grab a screenshot. I don't think you can do a very good description because these ones, there's some of these are so close.
Screenshots are good enough, and we'll make it work.
Like if you say the red ones, we only have one of the reds, but
blue and green and gray.
you're going to be
Good
out of
luck.
luck.
Good luck.
You're going to say you're going to want a gray one, and you're going to have to get a
Read the
surprise.
screenshots, y'all. What are these crowbow beads? I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
Let me see how they spelled it. These ones. Here, show these ones.
Okay, these are the ones that I was like, y'all. There are only 3 of these. I wish you would have bought like 18 of these.
That's all they had.
It's like, that's it. Multicolor strands. Multicolor strands. You do not get to pick your strand, y'all. There's only so much we can do. But if you love these, there are 3 of them available. Multicolor.
So they're related to the Karobo. Well, okay. So the long and short answer is kind of. So there are different tribes in Africa and different peoples in Africa, and so there's artisans that are named Karobo, and they do make these kinds of beads. However, the ones that are most associated with them are kind of the sand cast ones and not necessarily the recycled African glass beads. But they are made by the people in Western Africa and Ghana. So
we generally call these Ghana glass.
Yeah, because it's a little bit more tricky.
Yeah.
But yeah, so kind of maybe yes and related.
So we have these. These are multi-strands, multicolor, all different ones. Like, look how beautiful.
Yeah.
These are. I was like, we could just buy all these strands.
Now these ones, these beads like this, these kind of
the opaque.
The ones that are like this with the multicolors, you know what they call those?
What?
Yes.
Multicolors?
No. They're called the end of day beads.
Oh my goodness.
And what they mean by that is it's not like the apocalypse or anything. It's at the end of the workday, they take the leftover frit and they mix it all up and they pack the molds with the leftovers, and that's how they get that color.
That's cool.
So sometimes you end up with things like this. Like this one is made up of broken Marini, which is basic. It's an Italian form that's used for millefiori. And so what that is basically they pull the rods of glass almost like a taffy, and then they layer those rods up and they create patterns using those rods of glass, and then they slice those canes into little discs, and those discs have that pattern. And then the way that you arrange those patterns creates that thing. And if it's a flower shaped, they call that millefiori, which means 1,000 flowers.
It's true.
So there you go.
He's not lying to you, folks.
I didn't make it up, but if I did, it sounds plausible, right? Diane says, I am just going to think of those as apocalypse beads now. Well, we are watching The Last of Us.
Yes, we are.
And so that's kind of like apocalypse, but with mushrooms. It's like mushrooms gone wrong.
I just took a quick look, everybody. Thank you for all the emails. We're getting a lot of them on these.
Marion says, minimizing waste. Love it. I agree. These are, right. I love that they are very sustainable in the sense that they're made using materials, at least the originals were made using recycled materials, and the clay that they're using and the molds that they're using are of the clay of the ground, and so that's how you end up with this kind of this finish on them.
I love it.
Which is not, it's not shiny, it's kind of matte, I guess. It's kind of that kind frosted
of shiny parts almost.
So it's very organic and kind of rustic the way that
looks good.
So these are the only 3 like this strand, and it's kind of like the take your pick.
Yeah. You don't get to pick, though. I pick for you.
Correct. Rosemary says recycled glass. Yeah, the originals of these were made from bottles that were ground up and packed into a mold. So they would use the glass that was available. And sometimes that is a lot of African beads start out that way. So there's beads that are made of old records, and they're called phonographs there. So anyways, there you go.
So that was the last of the $15 strands. Now we're going to skyrocket that price all the way to $21, y'all.
What?
$21.
Now, these ones are more, some of these are more in the style of those Korobo beads. Like these ones, for example.
Okay.
And they're painted after the fact with a glass paint that's then cooked on. And they make those patterns.
How do you like all that noise, y'all?
ASMR.
I know, I'm trying not to make too much noise. I know. So these are $21 retail. You still get the 10% off if you order in the next 24 hours. That's until 6 p.m. tomorrow.
How big are these ones? Are they slightly larger?
These ones are generally about 16 millimeter.
See, I knew it.
They're a little bit larger.
My bionic eyes.
Bionic eyes.
My 1 in a million eyes.
This one, however, is 13. So they're a little varied on the strand, but they're about 13 to 16 millimeter on those strands.
So this has a core of that recycled glass, but then on top of that, it's painted with a glass paint that's then fused onto the surface.
Fused.
So
again, $21 a strand, less 10%.
So if you roll around on the concrete, it may come off.
Don't
but
do that, y'all.
If you just use it in like regular use and you're not causing like brawls or anything, then I think you'll be fine.
Don't brawl, y'all.
Now these ones,
oh, I like these.
They remind me of spring, kind of
like Easter,
like chickadees.
Yeah, this is like getting ready for Easter time. Look at those.
So these have an opaque, pale sky blue core.
Ooh, they look soft.
Because they tumbled the heck out of them.
They look soft, and they're like smooth, but they look like they look like blue marshmallows. Like you could just bite into them. Don't do it, everybody.
And you can see from this one how that color, I don't know if you can see that or not. So, but you can see that color is actually made from seed beads.
Melted down seed beads.
Mm-hmm.
Say it ain't so.
It's so. What? They made beads out of beads? Correct. What? And this is that proof.
Bonnie says malted milk eggs.
This is the proof, y'all.
They got that candy blue shell.
You can see it. This one didn't get cooked as much, and so it didn't fuse as hard.
It's fully fused, but there's still some round little shapes in there.
You can make them out.
All right. So again, $21 a strand, less 10% on these ones, and all the next ones.
So these ones we only have.
Oh my goodness! One strand.
One strand.
Say it ain't so.
It's the loneliest number. 1 is the loneliest number.
Was it Bonnie that did it with the Chinese ceramic? Was that you who posted? I think it was today.
Yes.
Bonnie.
That goes with it.
That goes with it.
It looks like that Delftware.
Yeah. Ooh, so nice. One strand only. One strand only. If you didn't see Bonnie's creation, I think she posted in the Design Challenge group. Make sure you check that out. She did a great job with that Chinese ceramic that we have.
This one also there's only one of this.
Oh, I want to keep it. Ooh, I love this red.
Red and white.
That's some nice beads.
That looks like a cherries, like maraschino cherries.
Yeah, they do.
There's a
I don't
candy.
like those, but I will take these beads.
I love a maraschino cherry. Don't talk smack about the cherries one.
Don't talk smack.
There's also only one of these.
Oh my goodness, you're killing me.
Sorry.
You're killing me here.
And I took a couple pictures, and if you look at the tables are piled like 2 feet thick with beads sometimes. So these ones are all cherry picked out.
Andrew dug through piles for y'all.
I know. The things I do for love, y'all.
Digging.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now these ones are a little bit different, but similar. We have 3 of these strands. These are rondelle shapes. And they are red with this kind of tiger stripe, with the yellow and black mixed in. They're rondelles. There's a lot of beads on these strands, so you get a lot of bang for your buck because they're small, they're thinner.
These are actually a little different.
They're
these ones are transparent.
That's fine.
I know, but I want people to make sure they get. These are transparent. These ones are opaque. So let's just do these for now.
Okay. We picked these out. The sun is blaring hot in your eyeball hole.
No, I think they're both nice. I just want to make sure people know.
I tried to pick out ones that matched.
Yeah.
But also sometimes you hand them to Hank and they pull off the ones that they pick.
Yeah. So we'll also do this, and I'm going to put it in here. But just so you know, these are opaque. These ones have a transparent background. So you can let me know. If you want the opaque ones, let me know specifically.
Yeah, but you get a lot of beads on that. How much
there
are they?
A lot of beads. How much are they? $21 a strand.
Minus 10%.
Minus 10%. So that's, what, $2.10. These are under $19, y'all. So, that's a heck of a lot of beads for that. I think Andrew got his prices wrong.
You mean William.
I just go by what you tell me.
William.
Oh.
Now, I have a fondness for the beads that kind of look like they've been excavated.
These look like those opal beads a little bit.
They kind of do, but they are different. Now, these ones have a slightly smaller hole. They're actually strung on plastic. They're not strung on the raffia.
Not large hole.
So just be mindful of that when you get them.
I have not seen these ones before.
And you know what? I think these are actually, maybe I'm wrong, but I believe these are check beads that had a coating at one point and then were maybe cleaned to the point where that coating came off.
That's wild.
Because I've seen other beads that have that kind of opalescent, milky kind of glass look, and they're rectangles, but they're slightly twisted.
Susan says they're like bone.
They are. They have those slight little impressions in them. I think it is that I'm gonna go with my gut and say that is what happened with these. So these are probably Czech glass beads that were shipped over to Africa.
Passed through Africa.
And now they're here. So they're spanning 3 different continents.
Wild. And
also that at one point, these were coated with a color. That's one of the ways that they used to do beads. And they still do this. Because one of my friends, they bought some beads from one of the big box stores. And they try to use them in enamel, which is a technique where you take seed beads and you put it in the surface of the enamel, and when it fuses to it, the color is kind of like a spot of color, and sometimes it kind of looks like a flower. But anyway, so they did it, and the outside burned off, and it was only left was this kind of white milky color. And they were like, all of the colors, all the different colors all turned out this weird white milky color. And then I was like, that's probably because they were coated and the cores were that color. And then the coating burnt off.
And then they were left with this beautiful color.
I like it.
I like this a lot, actually. I hope y'all take these. But if not, I'll sit and look at them for a while.
Okay, so these ones are up next.
Same price, y'all. $21 less 10%.
Now these ones also, are strung up on the
Yeah,
plastic.
these are small holes. These are larger than the last ones, but still, I don't think 2mm leather is going to go through there.
No.
1.5 max, but not 2. But look at these.
And they're kind of a minty green with a little bit of this grayish color.
Purple. It's kind of purpley gray.
A lot of times with purple, if you add a touch of green to purple, it turns gray.
So I think, yeah, these are a little bit purpley gray with a beautiful minty green.
These are kind of like fake chevrons. And what that means is that when the chevrons are made, they're made in that process that I described earlier of layering up the rods of glass. The thing that makes them chevrons is that then they on the ends are faceted and ground down so that it reveals kind of a zigzag, kind of a Mazzoni pattern on the ends. So that's what gets the name of chevron. So these are kind of like that, except they haven't been ground down on the ends. There's a couple areas where you can kind of see it.
Yeah, like this one had a little bit on the end here. It's
Just
hard to see.
But it's not like a
full-on ground chevron. But these are pretty.
Yeah.
I like that color. That's a really nice color for Easter.
And there's only 3 of those available.
And last up.
I love these.
Oh, they're super light.
They have such a graphic pattern. They're black beads with impressions that have in the recessed areas, it's white.
They remind me of dominoes, y'all.
They remind me of dominoes or bone beads. They also remind me of Molly.
What are they? They're super light. Are they glass?
Spindle whorls. He said they were glass, but I don't know. The only way to really know is smash it.
They may be plastic. I don't think they're plastic.
I
don't know what they are. They're super light, though.
I bought it in the glass, but it could be a type of plastic.
I just think they're cool, whatever they are.
And if it is a plastic, it's probably like a melamine.
That's nice.
Chameleon style.
Nice. That's probably a deal for those, actually.
I was tempted to keep these.
Yeah. I can see why. So, y'all, $21 a strand on these ones, these last few we did. You still get the 10% off if you order before 6 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. That would be tomorrow, Thursday, February 16th, 2023. And then if you don't order by then and you're watching this video after that, I'm sorry, it's too late, but you can go into our online store, and if they're not there already soon, these will be appearing there.
Now, I did pick out some more stuff from the African Art Village. However, I think we might sell things by the bead because they were more expensive strands. So I don't want, I don't want to make it so it's cost prohibitive for people. So we might break up those strands. Can you turn that one light off? I feel like
you're being spotlighted.
I know, and it's like leaving these really unfortunate shadows across my face. And plus, it's like a searing knife in the eyeball hole.
So yeah, we're gonna have more. So we'll do African glass part 2 at some point, but we're going to spread it out a little bit so we're not just inundating you with African stuff right away. So tomorrow we're going to go through Andrew's stash tonight, and we're going to find something else for you for tomorrow.
Are you excited?
It's probably going to be like weeks worth of Tucson stuff because Andrew went IO.
I didn't think I got a lot because we were on a budget this year.
We were.
And it was a pretty tight budget. But then we started unpacking the car.
It took a long time to unpack the car.
Yeah. And so part of what we're also going to do is go through and pick things for the Desert Discovery boxes.
Yes.
So
we have that. Part of this stuff is already
earmarked
and bought. But I think we're still going to have a lot of stuff. So it's going to be at least another week of this week, then another week probably. I would say 5 more days, 5, 6, 7 more days.
It depends how aggressively.
Yeah, we're not going to try to be too. I've thought about this, and I don't want to inundate you with like 600 strands in one night.
Because we've done that.
Yeah.
And sometimes people, they only see a small portion of it, and then eventually they go like nose blind to it.
Yeah. So we're going to try and do like we did tonight. This is what, maybe 30 different strands or so at max every day. So we're going to show you. That'll also, I think, help you with your budgeting and your purchasing. It'll give you some more time. This will spread this out over a longer period, so that if you want to wait for your next paycheck or whatever like that, not everything is like thrown at you at once. So we're going to keep it contained a little bit. We're just going to have a little bit of fun every night looking at some new stuff.
Normally, I like to have all the fun all at once.
All at once.
But I think that this will be better. And also, it's more exciting, I think, for some of the in-store people because we picked out stuff for them as well. So it'll be good for both, I think. Helen said gemstones, maybe. I picked out a lot of gemstones.
Don't worry.
So don't worry.
There's going to be more than enough.
Yeah. And for the people who got higher end packages with the Desert Discovery boxes, I've I've already started going through and picking that stuff and setting that aside. So you should be hearing from us pretty soon. It just all depends on what we get through. And we're kind of taking it leisurely.
Yeah, we're trying not to, like, both Andrew and I have been maxed out over the Tucson stuff. Him doing it and me keeping things running here while he was doing it. So we're trying to leisurely take our way through this and also leisurely take it for you, Marianne. This was a good number of items. Yeah, we don't want to overload you all.
Also, you don't want to be here for like 10 hours. I mean, maybe you do.
I can't.
I could.
Andrew says he could.
I could definitely do a
10-hour marathon.
Yeah, y'all
streamathon.
Like
we're going to call it the Allegory Gallery Streamathon.
I've done it before. 24 hours.
24 hours. Yeah, you barely got any work done trying to do 24 hours of videos.
Well, if we do it like those one videos where we don't talk, then I could do it like forever.
Yeah.
And then you all would be like, what's happening now?
Y'all. We're going to leisurely take our way through the Tucson Treasures.
Yeah, we're going to do our best. So hopefully, Jermaine says, and it's good for you to take care of yourselves. I think so. I think we're both being a lot more mindful of what we need to do to safeguard ourselves. And in the past, we've been much more willing to sacrifice ourselves and our lives for other things. And I think that as we're moving forward, we're trying to be more holistic in how we...
This year, 2023, has kind of been a year of deciding to make some changes like that. Like we've
like the
talked
end
about
of 22.
We started to like discuss these things and take this approach. Normally we would throw everything at you because we're trying to rush and make the money and turn around the money to pay for some of the. We're trying to just take it easy because what we've also noticed is that that's no good for all of you. You lose stuff in the pile. You're not going to see it. As Andrew said, you go kind of blind to it, and you don't actually see everything. So taking it slower allows us to take more time to get things online too and get things sorted out. We'll show a few things to you every day. It doesn't inundate me with a pile of things to add into the online store at the end. So,
and we're also short-staffed, so that has also affected how we decide to do things, because before we had somebody who pretty much they were dedicated to just adding stuff online.
Yeah, they were helping us watch the store, and while the store was dead, which it mostly was, they got to add things online.
Cynthia says, I'm going to have to watch the replay because I forgot my phone on my walk.
That must have been nice to be phoneless.
I know. I've been trying to do that, but it's kind of weird because I think there are people who are used to me being always attached to my phone, and they've gotten kind of angry with me because there's been a delay in the responses. And I'm like, but this is actually what normal is like.
Right? There's
The
a little bit
other
of a
was
delay.
extra and like special and
Yeah.
out of the
And
ordinary.
also not us getting our stuff done,
Yeah.
other than
So,
answering emails and messages all the time. So yeah, we're
yeah.
trying to take it a little bit more mindful, a mindful approach to our lives.
I think it's one of those things where we realize that some things are, there needs to be choices about how we spend our energy and what that will entail.
Yeah, and Cynthia's been on a big life-changing kick for that too, doing a lot of the walking and a lot of meditating and music and I think Sam Harris, right, waking up. But I think that part of that's rubbed off, and part of it was just a journey that we were ready to take too.
Well, also the fact is that I'm getting older, and
we're not getting younger. Right?
I know you all are like, oh, your baby children suckling time. And the thing is that as much as I can see that it's a relative thing, I also realize that there are certain limitations of what I can and cannot do anymore.
Yeah, you get a little tired now.
I'm tired now.
Andrew used to go, 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 go. Now he gets a little tired sometimes.
I know. I guess I'm like, I drink the same amount of coffee, so I don't know
what's happening.
What's happening?
Susan says,
why is my body changing?
I think mindful is my word for 2023. Yeah, we're kind of there too. We don't usually pick words and stuff so much.
I do.
Andrew does. I don't, but
I love words.
Mindful is definitely an idea for me for this year.
I think it's also this idea that if we're not sustainable in how we approach things, eventually we're going to burn out and we just won't be able to do anything.
Yeah.
And we've seen it happen. We've seen in our industry people getting burnt out.
Yes.
The P word, not that P word or that P word, but the global event P word, that has really forced people to do things that they never thought that they would do before. And it's hard, as a small business, it has been very challenging. Some days it's rewarding. You can see that the fruits of your labors pay off. And some days it's hard. You work 4 times as hard for half as much pay. And, it's not as easy.
Yep.
So I think it's one of those things where if we want to be sustainable, we have to be mindful. And if we are mindful, we have to make decisions that are enriching and empowering and nurturing.
Yeah.
All good words
for everyone.
For all the time, not just 2023.
Yeah. Diane's asking when the make-along is. That's a good point. The make-along is this Friday, y'all. Creative make-along on Zoom, Friday, February 17th.
For the purple.
For, yes, the Amethyst mix, the Amethyst Design Challenge mix.
Is it this Friday already?
I know. It's in 2 days. 2 days, y'all. So we're going to do that. And then the next one for March is going to be March 24th. And we were going to have this one on February 24th, but that's my birthday. So we weren't sure that we were going to be able to do the make along because we might go do something.
You might go to North Carolina.
We might get North Carolina doing a make along down there with Cynthia and them.
I know.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Greg, Cynthia, and Azalea, Andrew, William, make along time.
Do it now. I'm sure they'll love it. Jermaine says, you're still young and getting older and need to be more mindful of your choices to maintain your health in all aspects, mind, body, and spirit. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things that we are having to make decisions, and it's not necessarily an easy process. I think one of the things that I'm kind of working on with myself currently is managing the expectations that I have of myself and other people. And that's a super hard thing because I have these ideas in my mind that I am realizing are not true. And I think that that is, it's hard,
Mhm.
you know, when you're realizing that things that you would guide your life purpose by are not true, then it kind of shakes you to your foundation and makes you realize that you have to start doing things that do ring with authenticity and truth and genuineness.
He's getting deep, y'all.
All the words,
All the
y'all.
words. So we're gonna let you go though, because it's been an hour and a half, and we're not gonna take more of your time. We're trying to be more also cautious of your time too. But yeah, so if you saw something you liked today, please send us an email. You have 24 hours to do it, and then that closes, and we put those away to the side and put them in the online store, whatever's left. And we'll have more for you tomorrow, and we'll have a make along on Friday, and well, I don't know, lots of stuff coming up soon. We're going to be in North Carolina. We're going to have the book club the last Sunday of the month. I don't know if we're going to be here for that or not.
We'll have to see who wants to come.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to have to put our headphones in and then talk about the book. I like the book, but let me just say it is a difficult
February's?
read.
I've not gotten it.
Deanna asked, what part of North Carolina? My family lives in Asheville, North Carolina, so we'll be going to Asheville, North Carolina. Bonnie says, is it the flip of the coin? Is it better to burn out than to fade away? I hope neither. But that's a real and present danger. I think when you overextend yourself or you are not mindful of how your energy is put out, because there are some things that when you put that energy out there, it returns to you. So like these lives, we put a lot of energy into the lives, and because of all of you out there, that energy is returned. So it's a nice kind of reciprocal, energetic, mutually beneficial, energetic kind of process. There are other things that when you put your energy into them, they suck that energy out, and so it's not necessarily sustainable. And it's like for me doing like paperwork, like taxes does not fill me up with joy. I don't get that wave of
I don't know
energy
anyone who
back.
does.
There's some people who are really into it.
Not me, but I have to do it.
Good job. Good job. Vanessa says, I joined late and haven't checked the shop yet. Have you added anything from Tucson in the shop yet? So you missed the video, so you'll have to watch the replay, and we've talked about how we're adding things.
Yep. Nothing yet. This will start in 24 hours.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So anyways,
we're going to go.
We could stay all night, but I don't
Andrew
think...
could. I got to eat, y'all. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll be back tomorrow with more great stuff for you from the Tucson Treasures that Andrew picked out. All right. So from us to you, goodbye, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, and we'll see you tomorrow.
And thank you.
And thank you, everyone. Thank you for your support.
See ya.
Bye now.